Hi again, friends. It's time for the very last piece of Letters from Backstage, my book chronicling my time on the road with 2 Broadway tours. So here we are, Epilogue, or The Curtain Calls. December 11th, 2004. Lately, I've been missing the road. It happens. This is how you know you have the bug. By the time Les Miserables closed for a hiatus, I think most of us were truly burnt out. All those one-weekers, tensions in the cast, ailments, one too many French revolutions, and one too many choruses of Do You Hear the People Sing? The people were ready to go home. When the cab dropped me off at my apartment in Hollywood, I felt like a soldier returning from the front lines of a war. Everything was exactly the same, except for the fact that everything was completely different. I wasn't the same man I was when I left. Life shapes you. Home at last, thank God. Thank God. I was so relieved. I sat, shell-shocked, very, very still, very, very quiet on my sofa. I felt like a drowning man who'd been washed ashore. I made no plans. At 8 p.m. every night, I looked at the clock. I played computer Scrabble. I channel surfed. I did not sing. For the entire first week, I lived on whatever remained in the cupboard or freezer from before I'd left town. Canned soup, crackers, frozen pizza. After all that traveling, the journey to the kitchen and back to the living room was enough. The thought of venturing out to the grocery store made my brain hurt. I thought maybe I'd just never leave the house again. By the second week, there was nothing left to eat, so I had no choice. I went out back and started my car. It coughed a bit before starting up. It took me a while to come back to myself, but I was very happy to be done for the moment with road life. It was a win-win, really. I'd really loved being on the road and really loved the 2 shows I did, and now I really loved being home. I had 2 offers to rejoin the producers, and you can't imagine how tempting that was. I was so pleased to hear that they wanted me back. But I knew I needed a break. I knew that without question. I also knew I needed to recultivate the TV side of my career, or those casting folks would forget about me. It had already been 2 years. It's now 5 months later, and I'm a very content fellow. Life off the road has been wonderful. I've been seeing friends, enjoying my apartment, wasting time, working on television again. Miraculously, the casting people still remember me. And having a lot of success with some of my own projects. It's been really good. But I miss it. I miss the road. I knew that I would. Like so many things, road life looks much sexier with the blur of distance. I've forgotten the times I hated it. I've forgotten the loneliness, stupid fights with coworkers, the schlepping, the Groundhog Day factor. I only remember the fun. I only remember the outrageous joy of it and all those thousands of people we entertained, and the camaraderie of showfolk, and the great, great honor and satisfaction of being an honest-to-God itinerant stage actor. I'm working on learning vocal parts for an upcoming gig I have singing backup. I grabbed an old cassette and taped my part so I could study it in the car. The other day I was driving somewhere, listening to the tape, practicing my harmonies. After the last song, the tape flipped automatically to the other side, and I heard myself, circa July 2002, in rehearsals for the producers, working with the musical director on Max's big number, Betrayed. I let the tape play out as I reminisced. In a few weeks, that same company of the producers, my company, will be closing. It's not tragic, it's perfectly normal, but I decided for nostalgia's sake that I need to be there to see their last show. They'll be closing in Pittsburgh where we opened, a perfect bookend. I want to be there. There is no ending to this story. There can't be, really, because theater people, real theater people, are insatiable, and I strongly suspect I'll be on the road again. What's it like? People frequently ask me. In these letters from Backstage, I've tried to answer that question. It's like this. Amazing, horrible, magical, thrilling, boring, tiring, energizing, satisfying, hilarious, sad, euphoric, lonely, fraternal, endlessly long, and far too brief. And adventure. Really, there's just nothing like it. Thanks for taking the journey with me. Your traveling reporter, Kostrov. And here is the Benedum Center, where the tour opened and closed. I took this picture before seeing the very last performance of the first national tour of the producers. Okay, friends, here's to your adventures. If you write about them, I encourage you to do what I did and share those adventures with people. I will miss doing this. I'll see you on the flip. All right, friends, take care. Bye.